Most people go through life believing they fit into the world just like everyone else, but a small fraction of individuals carry qualities that are far from ordinary. These people often feel different without fully understanding why. They think, feel, and observe the world in ways that stand out quietly but unmistakably. If you've ever sensed that you don't experience life in the same way others do, you might have an exceptionally rare personality. Here are 10 signs that reveal the subtle traits distinguishing you from the majority. 1. You think deeply and constantly. Your mind rarely rests. You're the kind of person who doesn't just see events happen. You analyze the underlying reasons, the hidden implications, and the broader ripples. While others skim the surface of conversations and ideas, you instinctively dive to the bottom, exploring meaning, motive, and nuance. You question traditions, challenge assumptions, and naturally seek intellectual or philosophical depth. This isn't something you switch on, it's simply how your brain operates all the time. 2. You experience emotions with intensity. You don't experience feelings in muted shades, they come to you in full color. Joy feels euphoric, sadness hits deeply, and empathy can be overwhelming at times. When you care fiercely. When you're hurt, it lingers. This emotional richness can make life feel heavier, but it also gives you extraordinary compassion and insight into people. You feel what others feel, often before they speak it. While many struggle to understand emotions, you navigate them with sensitivity and depth. 3. You notice patterns others overlook. Your mind is naturally wired to connect dots. You notice subtleties, behaviors, shifts in tone, inconsistencies in logic, repeating cycles that most people pass by without a second glance. You see connections between concepts, events, and people that seem unrelated on the surface. This ability gives you intuitive foresight and helps you anticipate outcomes before they unfold. It's the kind of quiet intelligence that makes you a natural strategist, problem solver, or creative thinker. 4. You prefer depth over popularity. You have little interest in superficial connections or social clout. You're not driven by trends, gossip, or the need to impress others. What matters to you are genuine bonds, conversations that matter, friendships with real trust, relationships built on authenticity. Small talk drains you because it feels empty. You'd rather have one meaningful hour with someone who truly understands you than a night surrounded by crowds who don't. Your standards are high, but not in a judgmental way, just in a deeply sincere one. 5. You are intensely independent. You rely heavily on your internal guidance system. Instead of asking for constant advice or approval, you prefer to figure things out on your own, even if it takes longer. You trust your instincts and aren't afraid to walk a path that others avoid. While this independence helps you stay grounded and self-sufficient, it can also create a sense of loneliness. You've likely carried responsibilities from a young age or learned early to depend on yourself, shaping you into someone both strong and quietly solitary. 6. You resist following the crowd. Conformity has never appealed to you. You don't dismiss popular opinions, but you don't accept them blindly either. You form your beliefs based on experience, logic, or intuition, not because something is socially accepted. You dress, think, behave, or dream in ways that feel authentic, not convenient. People may perceive you as unconventional or stubborn, but in reality, you're simply true to yourself. This authenticity is rare in a world where many people seek approval over individuality. 7. You are highly self-aware. You understand your strengths, your weaknesses, your fears, and your motivations with unusual clarity. You reflect constantly, sometimes more than you'd like. You analyze your decisions, your reactions, and your patterns, always aiming for growth. This level of self-awareness helps you evolve quickly, but it can also make you overly critical of yourself. You hold yourself to a high internal standard because you know exactly who you want to become. 8. You have a rich and expansive inner world. Your imagination is powerful. You can spend hours lost in your mind, creating ideas, exploring scenarios, building stories, or contemplating possibilities. Your inner world feels vivid, alive, almost like a place you can visit. It fuels your creativity, your wisdom, and your emotional resilience. While others get bored quickly, you rarely do, because your inner universe is as engaging as the external one. This inner depth contributes massively to why you feel different from others. 9. You seek meaning over distraction. You're not easily entertained by mindless activities. You want your life to have purpose, something worth building, learning, or contributing to. You're drawn to goals that matter, ideas with substance, and experiences that help you grow. You'd rather invest your energy into something meaningful than waste time on trivial pursuits. For you, the greatest risk is not failure, it's living without purpose. 10. You make others feel deeply understood despite being independent, introspective, or even introverted. You have a rare ability to make people feel seen. You listen attentively. You pick up on emotions they don't express. You offer comfort that feels genuine, not forced. People naturally open up to you because they sense your authenticity and emotional depth. This quality, being the person others confide in, is one of the rarest and most impactful traits you possess. If these signs resonate with you, it means you likely have a personality that is anything but ordinary. Rare personalities are often misunderstood, yet they bring depth, empathy, creativity, and clarity to the world. You are the type of person who sees what others miss, feels what others suppress, and thinks in ways that others have never considered. In a world full of noise, you are one of the quiet exceptions, and that is your greatest strength.